Your environment is full of hearts that are warm, cold, some homely, some that lack the ability to understand their own feelings. But you don't notice because in your mind, you are alone. You feel alone, lost, confused, hurt, sad, angry. No longer angry because the sadness has overcome all those emotions. Pain that you wish never knew existed. Fine for a moment until the tiniest trigger reveals itself, and now you're back to feeling all the emotions you tried with every single piece of your existence to rid of. Mom and dad won't understand. They've been through too much and are just fine. And you're just crying for attention, they'll say. Afraid that friends will shy away, because why would they stick with something they can't comprehend? Cannot talk to family and fear that with the same hand they fed you will be the same one to pass judgment. And now if you think that if your hands had access to a simple trigger in any way, shape, or form, they'll be all over. Pushed in a corner, nowhere to go. You kick walls, punch the ground, scream in the air. Why do I have to feel this way? You can't help it. Can't help it. You're just sick. You're just sick. Admit it. Admit it. You have depression. No, really, admit it, because going forth, you'll understand that there's nothing wrong with you, but rather what's wrong is the way that people perceive you. Okay, it's not just a cold that can be cured with mom's chicken noodle soup, not just a breakup you can simply get over with a tub of ice cream in your bed, all bunched up in a coop, not just a broken leg, not just something where you can stay overnight in a hospital bed. Something so terrible, you wish you can experience all these things at the same time. Because the pain these situations evoke cannot match the dark emotions you encounter on an every day, every hour, every minute, every second basis. Waking up, you don't want to get out of bed. No longer want to see the path of the world you were led. You see your friends and automatically put on a new personality. Oh no, I'm bipolar, as if I needed another problem. Paranoid now, because you might have another problem. Anxiety at a high, because you have all these issues, you cannot seem to solve them. Again, what to do? Emotions lead you to believe you're one of the few who have to go through this every moment of your life. It's not true. You are not alone. Depression is real. It is not something we have to beware, people. We need to be aware. So let's be aware of the stranger who's always walking around with glossy eyes, waiting for their own demise. Hold them in your arms and be the peace they need to help them understand that they can achieve. Be aware of that friend and hold them by the very arm they cut, and let your hands be to help them heal and mend, for they don't need someone to simply understand. They only want to make sure that when all is said and done, you'll only see them as human. Be aware when you see that family member who's done nothing wrong, yet looks like they woke up on the wrong day. Look them in the eyes and say, I love you, for within those words lies the power to change lives. For all my friends suffering from disease of mental health, please no longer put on that poker face and hide the terrible life you thought you were dealt, for it's with those thoughts you will fold, and the ace that was you, I'll no longer be able to hold. You are not weak. Gather your strength and take in all the beauty of this precious world you are given. There's no such thing as a life not worth living. There's no such thing as a life not worth living. There's no such thing as a life not worth living. There is no such thing as a life not worth living.